Excitement around the returning Malcolm in the Middle cast is growing fast. Fans have waited years for the family to reunite, and seeing so many familiar faces back in the upcoming 2026 Disney Plus revival is a major part of why the anticipation feels so electric. It almost feels like the early 2000s again. Still, even with that excitement, there's just as much conversation surrounding who isn't returning. The biggest point of speculation remains the absence of Eric Sullivan, whose Dewey is now being played by Caleb Ellsworth-Clarke. That alone has sparked countless discussions, but the reboot is missing more than just one fan-favorite performer. One of the funniest characters Malcolm in the Middle ever produced, Otto, also won't be part of the revival. Sadly, Kenneth Mars, who brilliantly played the endlessly cheerful ranch owner, passed away years ago. What's more, he isn't the only cast member who can't return, and each missing face is a reminder just how great MITM truly was. The Malcolm in the Middle reboot sadly can't include Otto. Otto's absence removes one of the show's most lovable comic forces. Otto, played by Kenneth Mars, stands as one of the most delightfully chaotic characters in Malcolm in the Middle, and any revival feels a little emptier without him. His introduction during Francis's, Christopher Masterson, storyline at the Lucky Aid Ranch across seasons 4 and 5 shifted an already unpredictable show into even livelier comedic territory. Otto's relentlessly upbeat nature made even the simplest scenes unforgettable. Kenneth Mars himself had a long, accomplished career that stretched far beyond Malcolm in the Middle. He was widely known for roles in Mel Brooks classics such as The Producers and Young Frankenstein, and he became a prolific voice actor, lending his talents to numerous animated movies and shows. His instantly recognizable voice and gift for comedic timing made him a standout performer in every medium. Mars passed away in 2011 at age 75 after a battle with pancreatic cancer. His death was a significant loss, not just for fans of his broader career but for Malcolm in the Middle viewers who adored Otto's warmth, silliness, and sincerity. His character brought out some of Francis's best storylines, adding emotional depth to one of the show's most chaotic family members. Otto worked because he embodied Malcolm in the Middle's sweet spot balance of absurdity and heart. He was a supporting character who always felt substantial, stealing scenes with the same ease as any member of the core family. His absence from the upcoming reboot doesn't just remove a familiar face, it removes a key comedic ingredient. Had Kenneth Mars still been with us, Otto would have fit seamlessly into the revival's charm. His blend of wide-eyed confusion and unwavering optimism helped define an entire era of the show. Without him, fans are left with fond memories, but also a reminder of how crucial he was to Malcolm in the Middle's identity in later seasons. Kenneth Mars isn't the only MITM cast member who passed away. Multiple beloved actors are sadly missing from the reboot's lineup. While Otto's absence alone hits hard, Malcolm in the Middle lost several other major performers who shaped the show's legacy. Daniel von Bargen, who played the strict, intimidating Commandant Edwin Spangler, remains one of the series' greatest recurring characters. His bizarre mix of militaristic severity and surprising vulnerability made him a perfect comedic foil for Francis. Von Bargen passed away in 2015 at age 64, with his cause of death never disclosed but related to an unspecified long-term illness. His dry delivery, his chaotic screaming matches, and even the running gag of his escalating injuries helped elevate every military school plot line. Spangler's presence gave Francis's storyline narrative weight, grounding the character while amplifying the show's absurdity. Cloris Leachman, who played Lois's, Jane Kaczmarek, Mother Ida, also left an irreplaceable mark on the series. Leachman's career was legendary, spanning decades across film and television, and her turn as the manipulative, sharp-tongued Ida was one of Malcolm in the Middle's most unforgettable roles. She passed away in 2021 at age 94 from natural causes, leaving behind a towering comedic legacy. Ida brought out a new side of Lois, revealing uncomfortable truths about her upbringing while also giving the show some of its most outrageous moments. From elaborate pranks to emotional confrontations, Ida was a tornado of chaos who always stole the spotlight. Another loss came even earlier, Johnny Lewis, who played Cadet Martin in the Malcolm in the Middle Season 2 episode, Therapy. Lewis died tragically in 2012 at only 28, a heartbreaking end to a promising career. His short-lived appearance still stands out as an example of how even single-episode characters could become memorable. Together, these losses highlight how many performers contributed to Malcolm in the Middle's unique comedic voice, and how much of that magic can never be replicated. The cast members who've passed away highlight a key reason Malcolm in the Middle remains timeless. The show's side characters secretly defined its lasting legacy. Reflecting on the cast members who are no longer with us underscores something fans have always loved about Malcolm in the Middle: the side characters were just as essential as the core family. Otto, Spangler, and Ida each brought wildly different energy, yet all of them felt fully realized, meaningful, and perfectly attuned to the show's personality. Few mainstream sitcoms manage that. Most rely heavily on their main ensemble, but Malcolm in the Middle consistently invested in characters who appeared periodically, or sometimes only once, and made them unforgettable. Few other major sitcoms pull off something similar on a comparable scale, with How I Met Your Mother and maybe Brooklyn 99 coming close. Even then, Malcolm in the Middle did it with a sharper, stranger, more character-driven edge. Otto's gentle chaos, Ida's ruthless scheming, and Spangler's authoritarian eccentricity each expanded Malcolm in the Middle's world. They didn't simply support the narrative, they redefined it, pushing the family in new emotional and comedic directions. Without them, many of the show's most iconic storylines wouldn't exist. That's why their absence in the upcoming revival hits especially hard. The main cast returning is undeniably exciting. It's impossible not to feel a thrill seeing the Wilkerson family back together, but the original series thrived because those characters existed in a world overflowing with quirky, vivid personalities. The revival needs a similarly rich ecosystem if it hopes to capture the same lightning-in-a-bottle magic. If the MITM reboot overlooks the importance of these dynamic side characters, it risks feeling smaller, safer, or simply flatter. The original run was unpredictable because the world around Malcolm was unpredictable. Losing iconic performers like Kenneth Mars, Daniel von Bargen, and Cloris Leachman reminds fans how much they contributed to the show's identity, even when they weren't the stars.